TV streaming now. Download our app on your smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, and more.
All right, Clint, how'd you first learn about Wings of Freedom?
While I was out traveling, I met a lady that was a graduate of the program, and one day she asked me if I'd like to come to her church, and I thought that was a really good idea. It's one of those things that I would, she says, I'd like to go to your church. I'd like for you to come to my church, and I thought, I'd like to go to your church. And whatever it was meant to be, because once I came here, all the anxieties that I had about other churches and why I wasn't going to church just melted away with the love and the kindness and the compassion that everybody showed everybody. This church is about love and compassion and helping people. And I always thought that too many churches judged you and if you weren't dressed well enough and things like that. But when I came through here, it's like, you know what, come on in, brother. You're welcome, we love you and we want to help you. And I thought, this is a church, this is a God-ordained place to be. And I loved it so much I didn't want to leave.
Amen. That's awesome. Talk about your role, your involvement with the ministry as a general contractor.
It's funny, while I was out, I knew Pastor Dixie socially. I would see him at church, but a little bit socially, and he would help me do some things. He really didn't even know what I did. He just knew that, when we were together and we were on vacation together, and he gets the call that they've got the loan approved and everything, and he hangs up the phone, and he's got this sad look on his face. I go, what's up, brother? What's up with that? You just got your loan approved. He goes, well, yeah, but they're making me get a general contractor. I said, that's all you need, is that for your project? He goes, yeah, but now I got to find one. I said, do you not know that's what I do? He goes, that's what you do? I said, yeah, and I'll be happy to do it for you. And he goes, well, what are you going to charge me? And I said, I'll do it for free. I said, my businesses are highly blessed. And because of that, I'm able to be here and to work for you and do all of these things. And actually, I was being selfish, because it had always been a goal of mine to help raise up men and teach men the trades and skills that the good Lord has put within me. My kids never wanted to really know all the different trades that I have inside of me. And I always wondered, God, why'd you give me all this to just let it go away with me? And be careful what you ask for. Because the good Lord brought me here. He had his sights set on me being here. And he gave me the desires of my heart by bringing me here. And it's just a wonderful thing how he used my life and what I did to get me to a place that I always wanted to be at. And I just love it here, and I don't want to do anything else.
Good. So we're here in 2021. He was knowing he needed to raise $4 million after spending $500,000 on the property, 85 rooms. It was just starting to gut him out. We got some mattresses. Talk about phase one, what it took to get it where it's at, and then we'll talk a little bit more about phase two.
Well, it's kind of funny, because once I come along, they were at a point where they needed to be able to do more than just tear things apart. And we had to start making plans to go forward and stuff. And God brought me here just at the right plan. He got his loan. He brought me here. We had some money so that we could start building back, because there was a tremendous amount of building back. And once we found several things in it that we had to fix, then we were able to, continue to tear apart, continue to do those things, but then fix the structure so that we could go forward. And that's when I came in, and that was such a delight, because I love engineering things and doing things like that. And it was a blessing to me, and the men that were here, they worked hard. We got it all done, and in a way that I believe is what I was told by Pastor Dixie. It needs to last 50 years, or at least till Jesus comes back. So that's what our goal is. Make it last at least 50 years.
I know they've been saying it for a long time, but I don't think we got 50 years left, but you never know. But it seems like it's urgent. We're running out of time. Every ministry on the planet's like, when he comes back, he's separating sheep from goats. We want more sheep. So talk about, even as you're doing this project, some of the folks that are in the program, you're able to share the gospel, make disciples. How does it all work under the umbrella of this project?
Well, I think it is just the best thing that, as a leader of men, that you could possibly want in your life, because as I'm learning the gospel and as I'm being trained through the leadership of Pastor Dixie and all of his advice, and to learn how to deal with men that have real world problems. You know, sometimes we as business owners, we gloss over the individual, and we just want them to work and to perform and to do their job, and what they do when they go home really doesn't matter as long as they're doing their job when they're at work. But here we get to be personally involved in their lives. We see how far they're coming. We understand. I always say, unless you have understanding of the individual, you're never going to have compassion for that individual. So I had some hard lessons that I was taught to get understanding, and once you are willing to get to understanding, to know that person and why they're the person that they are, it's like crazy. It's everything works for everybody's benefit, and it goes a long way for a lot of things. And it's just a blessing to be able to learn those men and use the skills and things that they have to the best of their ability, and then train them in a way that they understand, can overcome the obstacles, and get them where they're proficient at doing different tasks. It's just a blessing.
Yeah, praise God. So how can people get involved and support the work that still needs to get done here at Wings of Freedom?
This is a donation-based ministry. Everything we do is donation-based. We take no government funds. We do that intentionally because we think we are our own best leaders. We don't need somebody else to come in and tell us how to do things that they have no idea how to do. Teaching men and women like we teach them is an art and something that you have to have a testimony for. And the government programs don't have testimonies. So it is all donation-based. You can go online to our Wings of Freedom websites. We have our donation sites. Wherever you are at within the world, you can donate money online. You can do all kinds of things to help support us. If you want to just come and see the place, come see the place. We're more than happy to give you a tour and show you what we do, and and that piques a lot of people's interest, because when they see it, because a lot of people don't really believe, man, is it really this good? Can you really help the people off the streets like that and the people out of prison? Yes, we can. It is a ministry based on people's testimony. A testimony. Pastor Dixie had an 80-year prison sentence. It takes a man like that went through the man to do the things that he does with people, because people look at him and say, man, I've been there, and you've done that, and well, you actually wrote a book on it too. And he goes, yes, I did. And we have the other people that have been through drug addictions and prison sentences and all these things, and they're here to help the people overcome their past and guide them indirectly in a way forward through the Lord. And it's just a great place to be.
Good. Can you use work teams to come and volunteers like that?
We can always use volunteers. The thing is that there's always work to be done, as you know. We have so many different properties holding so many different people. We're always working on different things. If there was a work team that wanted to come and say remodel an apartment, we always have apartments that need remodeled, because we have several different properties. Things of that can always be done. Yes, if somebody wants to volunteer and do some work, I promise you I can find you some work to do.
Amen. That's your job. Skill set to the project, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we all have gifts, plural, and talents. That's good. Prayer support. It's a spiritual battle. How important is it to be praying for this ministry?
Oh, please, every day. We're under such attack. As Pastor relates, we have some of the evil one's best soldiers, and we've taken them away from him. He wants them back. So we get attacked constantly by the evil one. He beats on us constantly because we are taking some of his best people away from him, and we're taking more and more and more away from him, and he doesn't like it. We're bringing them into the kingdom of the Lord, taking them out of the kingdom of darkness. He doesn't like it. So we need all the prayers we can to support us, letting the evil one know, you cannot have them back. They're not going to come back to you. They're going to stay with us in the kingdom of light.
That's good. So why do you do what you do? What gets you up in the morning?
The desire of my heart was always to lead and guide and direct men and teach them the things that I know. I was an instructor in the military. I've always been in charge of things, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And being able to get up in the morning and come here and see these men and ladies that their lives were in such turmoil, such discord, such stress. I mean, I could not imagine a woman that lives on the street for 6 years or has been trafficked, or the men that at 35 years old have never even had a job because they were drug addicted. Their parents would do things to them that were horrible, but they come here and they want a life and they want to learn, and they're so eager to have that love and just to have the love. Where do you walk around on any construction site and one of your men says, "Hey, I love you, brother"? Where does that happen? Nowhere. What do we all crave? We crave love. We are made in God's image, and God's image is love. Therefore, we are His image of love. And that's what we are called to do, is to love each other. That's the only two commandments that Jesus gave us. Both of them have to do with love. And that's what we do, and we preach and we try. And do we have our ups and our downs and our difficulties with each other? Of course, we're men. But then we turn around and we say, "No, brother, I was wrong. I apologize. I love you, and let's just go on." That's why I get up. Because this place is love.
Yeah, bingo. Wish the whole world can wrap their head around that. That's it.
It is, but you have to lose yourself.
Wrap their heart
Well, you
around
have to circumcise your heart to the things of the world. You have to drink the living water that God gives us to put into our souls, to grow us in a way that is worthy and pleasing to Him. And that's what He calls us to do. And you have to die to yourself daily. And, you know, I'm a very high-strung, A-type person. I have a lot of witnesses. And it's taken me a long time to calm myself and know, brother, and get that compassion word. Once I got some understanding and compassion, it made my life so much easier. A lot of us, I never wanted that. I mean, some of the people here I would never even have talked to, tattooed up and all of this stuff. In my world, would never even conversate with them. And now, you know, my granddaughters come here and we're like, "Here, he's in the ministry. Go. He runs your department. You know, he's in charge of the kids. Go." And I'm like, a few years ago, you better get away from her.
Right.
But now I know their hearts, and their hearts are so full of love and for the Lord and wanting to do His will. It is a blessing to be here. That's what gets me up.
Final question: is there anything else the Lord put on your heart to share with us, since I had to talk you into doing this interview?
Oh, you're fine, my brother. No, just we need all the support that we can get. Financially, we're always doing things. We have so many things going on. The pastor has dreams and visions that I want to see to fruition. We want to build a sanctuary. We want to finish our restaurant so that we can give the people in the program more and more work. You know, there's several things, business opportunities that we want to start up so that we can give our clients business opportunities themselves, or just being able to work and have good income. It is all about helping our clients do better in life. The Lord has blessed me exceedingly and abundantly. He's blessed my company so that